Hey, welcome in. So, you've come during office hours? I noticed you seem to be doing well in lectures, but you seem to be having a hard time with the practical application of mana resonance in your magic studies. So, I'm glad you decided to stop by. Of course. I'm always happy to help a student with their studies. So, let's break it down. As I mentioned previously in my lectures, mana is the key component to the use of all magic. Even the use of artifacts requires a small amount of mana to activate them. All living beings have a network of mana vessels in their body that can work as the circuitry for mana to flow. This is the 101 course, so we won't delve too deeply into the nitty-gritty of the theory of mana, but rather understanding the flow of magic inside of you. During your practical exams, you'll be tested on the purity of mana that you can control, as well as the resistance your body has when processing the power of your spell work. Have you been able to open up all the channels in your body for the mana vessels to work to their best extent? Let me see, if I may. I'll just press a small bit of mana into your body and hold still, please. I see. It seems you certainly have some trouble with the circulation of the energy, possibly due to tension. Why don't we work on unblocking those mana channels inside of you, and you can get a much better feel for the flow of magic you should be experiencing when you're casting spells. The sofa here can actually double as a bed. It's a great investment I made after long nights of grading students' essays, so it can work either as a sofa or a bed. Which would you prefer? It's best to lay down and relax with a resonance, especially if it's your first time. Alright, well, let me go ahead and get that set up for you so you can be comfortable. Do you want a pillow too? Blanket? Gotcha. Alright, well, go ahead and lay down and make yourself comfortable for me. Now close your eyes. As we discussed in lectures before, it's best to visualize the magical energy clearly in order to control it properly. A true mana resonance should have your entire body from head to toe permeated with mana. This is something we will start one step at a time. Once you understand the visualization process and have enough experience, you won't need to focus as hard in the future envisioning the mana covering you completely. So, let's start with relaxation of the body. Tension is only going to be a dam blocking the flow, so let's start by focusing on your breath. We'll take a few deep breaths in and out to release the tension and any excess energy that might get in the way. So, deep breath in through your nose. Hold for a moment. And now slowly breathe out. Good. One more. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. And now slowly through your mouth. Very good. And one last breath. Feel your chest and belly as they expand with the breath in, and feel them as they relax and sink down when you release. Good. Just keep breathing in whatever way is most comfortable for you. And now let's focus on the very top of your head. Envision a warm golden light right at the very top and feel your scalp relax. Feel the tension melting away from the top of your scalp as you move slowly downward. Picture the warm light relaxing the muscles on your forehead and then your eyes, letting them close naturally rather than forcing them shut and then moving down to your jaw. Be sure to unclench your jaw and rest in whatever way feels natural to you as you feel yourself sink into the mattress below. Moving forward, feel how your head is supported by the pillow beneath you and how it holds your head aloft. You are being cradled and held by the world below, so relax and let it support you. Even with pillows and cushions, you are still supported from below. So trust and let the surroundings keep you comfortable and protected, and let yourself go. Now we move further down to the chest and take a deep breath in and out. Feel your chest expand as you inhale. Feel the breath as it circulates and fills your lungs deeply before exhaling, letting out all of the stress and tension being held by the core of your body. Feel that gentle, warm light fill you from within as we breathe in, and visualize the stress leaving your body as you breathe out. Good. One more good deep breath as we visualize the light filling you gently, and exhale, letting the negativity and blockage leave with that exhale of breath and energy. Now we move on to the arms, letting them relax in whatever position feels most comfortable, especially with our hands, not worrying about if they're flat or straight or anything like that, but rather that they feel comfortable and natural. Envision that warm golden light once again as it trails from your head to your chest to your arms, flowing all the way down to your fingertips, charging you with warmth and relaxation. Imagine your body is like a river, and you are letting that current of golden light trail down the winding and branching paths of your body. You're opening up your mana pathways, allowing you to use magic in a much more efficient and natural way. Don't force the light through the paths, but rather let it trickle in naturally and clear the way for stronger mana later on. There we go. Now, let's keep traveling further as we move to the stomach and the waist, letting them relax as the light continues to flow downward towards your hips, then to your upper legs and thighs, then your calves, your ankles, and eventually your feet. Gosh, I'm a professor and I still mess that up. There you go. Until it reaches the very tip of your toes. Very good. And now that the light has started from the very top of your head and gone all the way down to the tips of your toes, envision the light now fully flowing through your mana channels, completely uninhibited as that golden light glows from the core of your being outwards. Perfect. It's a cloak of mana permeating the inside and outside of your body. Now that your mana channels should be flushed open and ready for the regular usage of spell work in the future, you've done a really great job unblocking your mana channels, even from what I can just see physically in the light. Now, let me just see how much has been unblocked. I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to push a small amount of mana into your body to see what resistance is still left. So just stay still and relax. Very good. Your resistance to the flow has dropped drastically already. I think with a little bit more practice, you'll be able to easily be top of the class in your practical exams in the coming weeks. With this, you'll be able to cast faster and stronger spells, and eventually you won't even need a conduit like a wand or staff to focus the mana. Once you get the hang of letting the light travel from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers to your toes, you'll be able to then focus on visualizing and drawing that light into specific areas, like gathering it into the palm of your hand, or even a single finger, or your eyes. Of course, this level of practical application of mana in the body is something you'll study more in the 200 and 300 level classes later on, but it is a good idea to have a solid foundation for your future studies. This sort of visualization process is also great for classic meditation too. Our historical documents have suggested that similar methods were employed by non-magic users as well, hundreds of years ago before the foundation of mana studies as we know them today, for the purpose of meditation. Oh, don't worry, this won't be on your test or anything, it's just a professor's ramblings. Sometimes When I have difficulty unwinding and falling asleep myself, I still do this mana channeling exercise. It's comforting to feel the visualization process, and eventually I drift off too. Finding ways to relax through these types of thought exercises has a multitude of benefits, especially with a busy mind and... Oh dear. I think you fell asleep during my unofficial lecture. Well, maybe I should just finish reading these papers and let you sleep a bit longer. Sleep well. I have a feeling you'll be a great mage in the future.